Look at those hands, though. This is fucked up.
Just mix it all up with your
Beef and sausage and black hands.
and
White palms.
It doesn't matter what came before. I felt pain and I wanted more.
Is it Chris Jericho's fault that I ended up watching Brandi Rhodes make meatballs for 17 minutes? But I watched it, and you know I'm an Italian. I know how to do it.
Yeah, and I think meatballs is the reason why you came across this. So you're always talking about meatballs. You're always making meatballs. YouTube knows your algorithm, and they know that, hey, if Brandi's going to be making some meatballs, we got to throw this over to Kevin.
That's right. And Tyler, so far the setup looks pretty good. She's got 2 big cans of sauce. That's what you need. But where's the tomato paste? Not once in this whole video is there any tomato paste. And also, one of those cans ends up being crushed tomatoes. You're not using fresh ones? Why are you even putting tomatoes in the sauce? Wait till you see how she fucks up the Scampoli recipe. This black girl has no idea how to make meatballs. This was one of the most offensive things I ever sat through. And you know Chris Jericho's only there to get drunk. Watch this.
See, you take like this, you gotta have a real strong thumb.
He's busting open the vodka.
Boom.
tell me when, and then we'll
watch his drink here. This is like alarming. This is before Jericho's health scare that happened last year. So, like, look, this is fat Jericho. NBA Twitter hates this Jericho. They made fun of him. This is the Jericho that supposedly built AEW.
Because when the company started, it was on my back.
On his own fat back. This fat fuck. Imagine how delusional you're going to be. So I bet you him looking at himself here, he sees a real fat shit like we do. He must really hate it. He's lost a lot of this weight since then. But at the time, he was a big drunk. Despite drinking vodka, he was fat. Isn't vodka the skinny people's drink? And watch. So she's pouring it, and he's going to tell her when. This is alarming.
Top you off with soda.
So yuck. With this drink, he tilts it up. He wants more, right?
Okay, that's good. That's good. Originally,
Oh, my God. Look at how much that is.
We'll top you off with soda.
okay, that's good.
Look, it goes higher than the fucking ice. That's for a mixer. Can you imagine? Tyler, I use such little vodka in my mixers. I'm a wimp. I even put the vodka in last. Like, I fill the whole cup with 7-Up first. Then I have a little bit to put a dab of vodka. Not even a shot. Now look at this. So we're going to add another thing.
Originally, it was vodka and water until I got used.
Oh, look at his evolution. And here's his evolution as a drinker. He's going to tell us how he got to where he is.
Soda.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Originally, it was vodka and water until I got used to it, and then it was just vodka on ice. So just straight vodka. My wife finally put the kibosh on it, so you can't drink straight vodka anymore. So I went with.
Did you catch that? So she starts pouring in seltzer or some shit because he doesn't want anything to pollute it, he ends up saying. He doesn't want any flavoring. So he wanted straight vodka, but his wife put the kibosh on that. No more straight vodka for this rock star. And look at how this is what this is straight vodka with how much he puts in there. This doesn't even count. This is Jericho appeasing his wife. Watch this.
Finally put the kibosh on it.
And she's not even close to done pouring. Why would anyone be close to done pouring? She only put a little bit in. Look at this.
So you can't drink straight vodka anymore. So I went with.
Hits her hand. With the vodka, he's pushing her hand up. With this one, get that fucking shit out of there. You're ruining my drink. Look at how little amount she put in there. This is fucking insanity.
So I went with the vodka
God.
and club soda. And now they also have flavor. No thanks. No.
Look at that. That is all vodka, Tyler. That's straight vodka. His wife better be mad.
You didn't pour any fucking club soda like in there at all. I can't believe that Jericho was just drinking straight vodka like that. What a fucking savage. That's just so gross.
He appeased his wife with a tablespoon of seltzer. Watch what this girl does. So she's got her meat here. Look, 1 pound in 1 pound. I guess that's enough. When I'm making meatballs for just me, I use 2.25 pounds. And it'll last a few days, Tyler. We get in a lot of meals and meatballs with that.
Flavor. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Throw a little flavor in that sucker.
There you go. Cheers.
Cheers.
There you go.
So there's her drink, and you know that, look, that's not even close to vodka color anymore. She's like got a purple drink. You know she's got a drink I would drink, basically. She might as well line some sugar on the rim for me. Like, I'm a girl. Jericho's a man. Look.
We're going to start
Here we go.
making some meatballs to get this party started here. So when I normally make spaghetti, like spaghetti and meat sauce or bolognese or whatever the hell you want to call it, I use Italian sausage, like ground Italian
Okay.
sausage. But in the case of the meatballs, I wasn't sure how that was going to work out. So I was like, okay.
Aren't you a chef or something? Or does everyone just think they are? Rhonda has a cooking show. Everyone who even makes toast in the morning thinks I should be filming this. I should have a cooking show on YouTube. They're narrating it to themselves. Then I take the butter and I put it on the toast while the toast is still hot. That way the butter melts just like this. And they're pretending that they're on YouTube. You're not a fucking chef. And then when you come on and say, usually when I make bolognese or whatever the fuck, and I'm doing this, I don't even know what to do. Poor Cody Rhodes has never had a good meatball in his life. Look at this. Ask Cody's mother. She might know.
Whatever the hell you want to call it.
The G-Spot has grit and says help her out with that Italian sausage, Kev.
Oh, no, she's fucked. She can't be helped. Now, it is fine to use sausage, though. Watch what she does with it, though. It's fine to use sausage in your sauce, but watch what this is crazy.
Dalton Birch 123 has grit and says Kevin should have a cooking channel.
I know. You should see the toast I make.
Italian sausage, like ground Italian sausage. But in the case of the meatballs, I wasn't sure how that was going to work out.
Then why are you making this video? Why are you trying to make meatballs for me? Kevin Scampoli, the greatest meatball cooker in the world. And why isn't the sauce heating up yet? I don't see the slow cooker on. I don't see the induction cooker. I don't see you got to mix the sauce first, Tyler. You should have the slow cooker stirring that while you're opening the meat. Then you put the lid on. You need the sauce to be heating up while you're rolling these fucking things.
I was like, okay, we're going to do a combo.
This the
A
sauce.
combo! Oh, and I'm like, that better not mean what I think it does. Watch what it does. It does mean what I think it does.
And
Watch.
it's the meatball to decide how good the spaghetti really is. But I have a
What
little.
does that mean, too? What is this guy, French Canadian? He doesn't know about meatballs either. These people have no idea what they're doing. When Jericho starts rolling meatballs, he goes, I've never done this before. And I punched my fucking monitor in. I had to go get a 1080p one. My 4K monitor is broken now, Tyler.
bit of a
So look, she plops down sausage in this pan, and she's gonna plop the beef on it. Don't do this.
a curveball.
Never
I'm
do
gonna throw
this.
at you.
Uh-oh, okay.
What is she
don't
doing?
like-
Stop it! Why? And then she
Has
starts.
grit and says Kevin make a cookbook. We need quality meatballs.
She starts mushing them together. She mushes ground beef and ground sausage together. Just get 2 pounds of beef, and then you can, after rolling your meatball. Where are the breadcrumbs? For fuck's sake! Look at this shit, Tyler. No breadcrumbs. I don't see any eggs yet. She does claim.
07 has grit and says that's what you do.
No, you fucking don't. She claims that she put an egg in there. 1 egg. You need an egg per pound of fucking beef. And you need 1/3 of a cup of breadcrumbs for every pound of beef. I just dump a bunch of breadcrumbs in till I feel dry. Look at this. This is crazy.
Chunky onions. I do not actually.
And
I
this
don't,
fucking black mongoloid starts throwing cheese on everything the whole time. She's rolling up meatballs. She grabs a handful of cheese and
But
starts
a
rolling the
dewdrop.
meatball with it.
Woo!
Like,
The Macho Punk sent 200 elixir.
this is crazy, Macho Punk. Wait to hear an offensive story she tells at the end about her black mother and talking to a Texan.
Joe Coxmall has grit and says stick to soul food, Brandi.
Yes, stick to soul food, you dumb bitch.
Uh-oh, okay.
I
know
don't
if I'm
like
ready.
chunky onions. I do not actually. I don't like onions at all.
We can go onion.
So we're doing onionless. Since
Well, yeah,
I'm,
don't put onions in my sauce either. Like that'll. I tried it, Tyler, because you're a big onion mark. When you put onions in the sauce, it ruins it. Even a little bit. It overwhelms everything else because we're slow. We're slow cooking for 5 hours when you do it right. This fucking girl cooks these things in like 12 minutes. Look at this.
guessed.
Yeah, we can
After mixing sausage and beef.
go
Putting the ban on
onionless.
onions.
We can go onionless.
All right,
Don't
so look,
ever-
now she's adding to the meat. She has her beef and her sausage, salt. That's what she has. No breadcrumbs, salt in her hand. Look at this.
blame me.
Blame hell.
It makes no difference. When you cook them right with the sauce and the meat, why are you going to put a little bit of salt at all? To think you're a chef?
Ringtone.
I get in there with everything. So I'm one of those just mix.
Yeah, how else are you going to make a meatball? I get in there. But there's something about her black hands that makes this give me the heebie-jeebies. Look at her gross hands.
it all up with your hands type people.
Yeah, we're going to watch that in 0.25 speeds.
I get in there with everything. So I'm
Yeah,
one of
nobody has a machine to mix up their meatballs. And if they do, they're doing it wronger than you. I get in there. I'm one of those weirdos. I make meatballs with my bare hands. No fucking shit. Look at those hands, though. This is fucked up.
just mix it all
Oh, my
up
God.
with your hands
Beef and sausage and black hands.
and
White palms.
type
And the way she washed her hands, just half-assed it.
Okay, so what I did.
Look at that. That's all she did. And then she's just putting oregano on top. Why aren't you mixing the seasoning in too? Why is it caked on top? I do this every 4 days, and I do it right.
Here's I threw a little salt, pepper, oregano, and an egg in. So
All right, 1 egg. 1 egg for 2. How are they going to stick together? The egg sticks it together, Tyler. And then the breadcrumbs go there to dry, so the egg's not too moist. It dries it out for you and balances the texture.
talk to me about Fozzie. So I have always been very intrigued to know that you're
Where's
not
the
only
sauce?
like the goat of wrestling, but you're like
Oh my God, she's going to town. Then that's ASMR for JT. We can hear it.
Stop.
one of the goats of rock
She is mixing in the seasoning, but why is that seasoning
music,
there?
which is crazy. It's actually not fair.
First of all, thank you. The goat of wrestling is debatable. Goat of rock and roll, definitely not true. But
He's telling the story about how when he was a kid, he decided he's going to be a rock star and a wrestler. And then watch. Now he has to wash his hands, right? Because she's done squishing it all together. And they start trying to roll meatballs. This might be even the most offensive
To
part.
do it. You have no excuses now.
talking
All right.
to you.
Okay.
Don't be like Chris Harrington. Poor Chris.
Now what we're gonna do is start formulating some meatballs. So here's where you can get your hands dirty if you
Oh, I
want
get to do this too?
Yeah. So we're gonna make the actual
Do I get another drink for it?
little like meatballs.
Can I take this bottle home?
We're gonna make a little spicy meatball.
Look at this. So he takes dish soap and he squirts it on this palm. Watch what he does.
And we're just gonna roll it.
And immediately just wipes it off. There's none of this first. He doesn't go up here with it. Tyler, I was a nurse. And look at this. He just does this and then puts it like an 8-year-old. Like when you need to watch your child wash their hands and tell them, "Hold on, don't put it in the water yet. This isn't going to do it."
Lightly in this flour.
Immediately just rinses it off.
And we're just gonna roll it lightly in this
What
flour.
the hell are you doing?
And then we're just gonna place them on here so I can actually bring this over here. So we got a little bit of light olive oil.
And why are you browning them? Now, Tyler, even my family browns their meatballs, but I don't. I just roll them up, unlike their roll. Brandy's way of rolling is smushing together, which is crazy. I roll my meatballs, and I put them all in a row of 30 meatballs on my USPS flat rate shipping envelope. Tyler, I don't have a lot of plates anymore, okay? If you have a paper plate, you can put them on there as well. Look, I don't have her tools, and I'm still making better meatballs. So I get my 30 meatballs on my USPS flat rate envelope, and then you get the sauce already heated up. You put the meatballs in the hot heated sauce. They're going to cook. You don't need to brown them.
I trust you so much with my fucking life when it comes to this meatball making right here. I really want to try some Scampoli meatballs in my fucking day. I better.
I'll go get some right now. I'll eat one for you. I'll eat one right in front of you.
In this pan, size-wise, I'm thinking,
So look at her.
let's see how these feel.
Look at
What
this
is it?
girl.
Yeah, what's a good size meatball? Like palm sized or?
And this is subjective, okay? That is a good question. I think amateurs will go bigger, pros will go smaller with their meatballs, you know?
I think this is pretty good.
Do I just roll it in there like that?
Yeah, just
I've
get
never
it
done this before.
lightly coated.
Yeah, guys, grocery games.
Look, so, and by the way, look at how she was rolling that.
Meatball, like palm sized or?
I think this is pretty good.
Do I just roll it?
Is that your first hand job?
Meatball, like palm.
Why are you doing that? What is this? You do this. You roll it on your hand. Is this hard, Tyler?
No, not at all whatsoever. I used to do it with Play-Doh all the fucking time. I used to make great Play-Doh meatballs.
This is crazy what she's doing.
Let's see how these feel.
What's a good size meatball? Like,
Look, she even squishes it with one hand and then, what is this? How does this make a meatball? Maybe in the hood. Maybe a soul meatball.
palm sized or?
I think this is pretty good.
Do I just roll it in there like that?
Yeah, just
I've
get
never
it
done this before.
lightly
Yeah, don't ask her how to do it. She doesn't know. Look at her.
coated.
Yeah, guys, grocery games.
And she's rinsing her hands after each one. I mean, your hands are going to get dirty doing this, Tyler. And she said she's the type of girl who gets in there. After each meatball, she's got to rinse her hands off. Like, after 8 meatballs, you're going to have a coat of just breadcrumbs
But
and
a
egg
dewdrop!
all over your fucking hands.
ASO
It's part of it.
513 sent 200 elixir.
And it gets harder to roll the more that coating gets on your hands, but you got to tough it out.
Yourself.
Thank you so much, ASO.
Guy, I've issued an open challenge to Guy to come on Shot of Brandi.
Oh.
Ain't heard from.
He knows who you are.
Well, because I know Robert Irvine and I know they friends. I also know
Watch
Bobby
this.
Flay, so I know y'all talk.
So she
Now
has
I
a
got-
bowl
now
of
I got
cheese
a whole
here.
issue here. Now,
This is
now
a
you
bowl
wanna
with
talk
cheese.
about burying somebody. I got a real problem with Robert Irvin.
And she's getting more cheese. She's getting more. That's not enough. Because she uses the bowl to dip them in cheese. And then she's also sprinkling some on the beef, on the meat
Why?
right now.
Because of the name.
The meat that is beef and sausage combined for some reason.
Yes, that's my name. I held the claim to fame of being the most famous Irvin until this
Jericho
guy came
being a
along.
classic
I didn't like
douche
that
the whole time.
Remember that movie that came out a few years ago? My Greek.
Look, she just
Fat
put
Greek
cheese
wedding.
on the meat for no
And
reason.
that was all the big thing that Nia Vardalos.
And then
the
she's
star,
doing
she
her
wrote it,
squish roll
whatever.
with
She
cheese
was from
now.
Winnipeg.
And then
she was
dipping in more
Winnipeg is most
cheese.
famous. Like bullshit. I'm way more famous than Nia Vardalos. Nia Vardalos.
I feel like that greasy cheese is going to stop them from sticking together. They're going to, well, she's not slow cooking anyway. She's just going to cook them for 11 minutes, so they're not going to break apart.
Yeah, but as soon as Tony.
No sign of any sauce. Those cans are open, just sitting there. They're not empty. They're just open. She's going to have cold sauce. Watch her plan.
Tony Schiavone, Robert Irvin, Nia Vardalos, Chris Harrington, and John Moxley. That's pretty good.
The list is growing. So I just put the meatballs on about medium heat. We're gonna let them cook. We're gonna flip them after a few minutes. I'm adding water
Dalton
and salt
Birch 123
here,
has
and then we're
grit
gonna
and
start
says,
to
"I
boil
bet
the
she can
water
fuck
and
up a
get ready
plate
to
of
cook the actual
grits."
spaghetti.
Look at this.
What I'm doing now is
Look,
I'm
look
gonna take these out for a bit, and I'm gonna cook
This is her being your chef. here.
Asso513 has grit and says this is a lonely white woman recipe.
This woman, this woman's taking a break from her Chris Jericho biography to now be a chef for you again. And listen to her, this idiot ruin this.
take these out for a bit, and I'm gonna cook the sauce in the same pot, and then
Oh, for the juices.
yeah, and then when we're ready,
Oh, there's a science to it now.
we'll just add the meatballs back
If you
in,
want the juices in, you should be cooking the meatballs in the sauce.
which is why some of them you can see.
This video should have a time cut to later that evening at 1 a.m. All right, they've been cooking for 11 hours. Jericho went home drunk. Cody had to drive him home. Jericho stumbled to his stoop and passed out on the steps. And now here we are with our meatballs. Oh, we're going to try one. It's so soft. She tries to, like, cut it. It just falls apart perfectly.
A little
Come
bit
on.
of pinkness on them still. That's okay because they're not done cooking.
Instead, she's calling these juices. He's calling these juices.
So they're just taking a
They're putting the sauce in after.
chill for a moment. And then we're just gonna do a classic tomato sauce. We're just doing crushed tomatoes. I'm doing 2 cans.
Crushed tomatoes time.
They're very large. Yeah. I've just got this going low to start like simmering this and get a little bit of a bubble going. We're still just barely about
That's
to
a lot
boil.
of water, though.
Dancing with the stars.
I did.
Yeah, we care about that. Watch her strain the noodles, Tyler. I don't even have a strainer, by the way. I don't even have a strainer. I got to tip the pan enough. My cooking show's going to be way better. I got to tip it enough for the water to go out without losing my rigatoni. So I'm moving it back like that. And then I go like this, and I move it back. And it's really hard, Tyler.
It'll come off.
That'd be hilarious.
This girl has everything. She has a fucking strainer in her kitchen.
Okay, so
Look, she has special scissors just for the kitchen. This girl.
there was way too much water in this, but I think we're, geez, Lord, I think we're,
Too much water, Tyler. Can there be too much water when you're boiling any amount of noodles?
No, not at all, actually. There's no way you could put too much water in anything that you're boiling. It might be a lot more annoying if you don't have a strainer and you're pouring out a lot more water.
It's even
but other than
easier.
that,
When
there's
you have
no
extra
harm.
water, it comes out faster. You get a higher level of water. You got to tilt it less. You get the, what is it, the momentum going for the water? The more water, the better. Too much water. I put way too much water. The container says 6 cups when I make my Kraft mac and cheese, and I put like 11 cups. What am I going to do? Strain the fucking water. That's what you're going to do.
Steam.
it's a lot of
Your
steam.
eyelashes are going to come off.
That'd be hilarious. Okay, so there was way too much water in this, but
Yeah, it needs more vodka.
I think we're, geez, Lord, I think we're good.
Just dump the fucking noodles in the strainer. Why is she doing it so slowly like she doesn't have a strainer like me? That's how I got to dump my water, because there's no strainer in the sink.
Brandi smokes
I'm
herself
just not
out.
here.
Dude, turn that thing upside down. Plop that shit down in the strainer. The water will take care of the rest.
I'm not here anymore.
All right, do we have to do the test, though?
We got to
Here
do
go.
the test.
Now, let me know if you've ever seen this, Tyler. You're from the inner city. This seems like something that they would do there. What is this test? Watch this.
If it's not al dente, we're going to have to keep going.
I'm going with strand.
And why would you test the noodles after straining? Don't you test them, then strain to make sure they're ready? That's how I do it. You don't want to have to reboil water. What are we
Spaghetti.
talking about here?
That's right.
Look at this, guys. I'm cooking.
Why is he rinsing the noodles, Tyler?
I've never seen something like that before in my life. And yes, if we're going to test the noodles, we're going to do it as the noodles are still boiling.
The G-Spot has grit and says, did she just say al dente?
And we're going to hold it on our spoon. We're going to blow on it. Then we're going to eat it. Oh, yep, that's good enough. Let's take this off the burner.
Look at this guy. He's so happy to ruin the noodles. He's rinsing noodles with like cold water. What the fuck are you doing?
T-Con91 has grit and says they massacred those noodles.
This is fucking crazy. And look, in the chat, Tyler, they know the test. You throw it at the wall. What is that? That's not Italian. Who's throwing noodles at the wall? You ever do this?
I never did it, but I think that's the most Italian thing you could fucking do, actually. I think they originated that shit.
Oh, maybe in domestic violence.
I'm really cooking.
What? I'm really cooking as he pours sink water on the boiled noodles.
That's right.
Look at this, guys. I'm cooking. I'm really cooking.
Oh
All
my
right.
God.
So should I take one?
Yeah, it's pretty hot. So be
Put
careful.
your washed hands in there.
It's al dente.
This is some hack shit that real meatball cookers don't know nothing about. I promise, Tyler. Gino, you ever threw noodles at your wall?
Of course, we throw noodles at the wall every time we cook noodles. At least you only do one strand just to make sure you test it and make sure you don't waste any noodles. One noodle, that's fine to lose.
Why would you throw it at the wall? Why wouldn't you just chew on it?
Because we're Italian, man. That's what we fucking learned from when we grew up.
What's your last name?
Gray has grit and says Gino throws noodles on the floor.
Cublism07 sent 200 elixir.
Gino is not Italian.
An AEW NJPW guy has grit and says poor Cody has to eat this bitch uncooked pasta.
Hey, yeah. We're
Tyler
ready.
Spita has
We're
grit
cooking,
and says I
guys.
throw pickles on the glass like Billy.
Must be an old person thing, maybe.
We got it. All right. So we got
Maybe my grandparents did this.
our al dente or al dente, whatever you call it, pasta.
Dente, I think.
Is it?
I think that means it's good for your
Monty.
teeth.
Monty
Dale
ate
Goss has grit
What
and
the
says Gino
fuck?
doesn't even clean his room OFC. He throw food at the wall.
These meatballs better be good for your fucking teeth.
pasta.
What else do they have going for them? So they're about to eat it now, Tyler. Look, they're getting their. Look at these noodles. Watch.
So it's good.
Well,
Watch
this is a
your-
good one.
No butter. That's fine. I don't put anything in my noodles.
Dewdrop.
I don't even rinse them.
Pear El Idolo sent 200 elixir.
I don't rinse my noodles. I don't put butter in them. Tyler, we're dominating the fucking arena. Thank you, Pear El Idolo. Now look, it's taste test time. Time to eat these things.
Like
It's sticking together. That's what it's got, so you know it's good.
Yeah. Why throw it at the wall then? If they're sticking together, they're done.
Okay. And then we're
What kind of review is that of noodles?
good.
Well, this is a good
Seemed
one.
like
They're sticking
It's sticking
together.
together. That's what it's got, so you know it's good.
That's not at all the case.
Dewdrop. Woo.
What?
Asso 513 sent 100
I thought he was
elixir.
rinsing them so they wouldn't stick. Don't you use butter so they don't stick?
okay. And then
I don't use spaghetti, Tyler. I use rigatoni.
we're gonna add
Sometimes I'll use medium shells.
some meatballs and sauce,
Look at this.
This is exciting.
Look at this.
which have been over here.
So it looks right, though. I mean, even though she only cooked it for 11 minutes, it looks right, but you got to slow cook this shit for 5 fucking hours, and you can't even eat one till 3 hours in. They're edible at 3 hours, not good. And they're still not good after 5 hours. Then you have to let them, like, sit overnight in the fridge. Then you reheat it, and then it's done.
Cooking it slow.
So look.
So
Is
we'll
it
get a
still
little
simmering?
sauce. Still simmering.
Don't get those weird shaped ones that I made.
Okay.
The show will get
So
canceled.
these massive
And
meatballs,
then we're
these sausage beef meatballs.
gonna put a little bit more cheese.
Who the fuck
on.
would more cheese?
Are you okay with me
With
just
cheese already in
going
there.
for it? So here's one for you.
Wow, that's good.
With
Look at
the-
this.
Look at this. Listen to this
I don't
review.
want to
Yeah.
Listen to Jericho's review. There's no way this sauce is good.
You.
Wow, that's good.
With
Look at
the-
this.
All
I
right.
just want to floss.
Yeah.
Excellent sauce. Just plain sauce, cooked for 11 minutes. Not even slow cooked all day. The sauce gets good. The sauce is what you're waiting for to get good, really. And that takes about, 32 hours. You're going to have to let it sit together for a while. You want that grease to get cold in there, then reheat again.
Really good.
Really good sauce. This is like Canadian delicacy. Look at this.
I just want to floss.
Yeah.
Excellent sauce.
Really good.
Really
Let's
good.
see.
I'm not just saying that.
I'm not just saying that. That's a good sign, Tyler. I'm not just saying that.
No, that's not definitely that's the sign that's what we're looking for. If we hear that, we know this sauce fucking sucks. It's terrible. I don't like that she didn't even mix it around at all either. She just plopped that little fucking thick layer of pasta or sauce right in the middle.
Noodles, no butter. Sauce barely cooked. With the balls, with the juices though. No time for it all to come together. I'm not just saying that though. It's really good.
It doesn't have as much garlic taste as I thought it was going to have.
We put a good amount of
You
garlic
did,
in there.
but
Look at this small talk they have to have while they try to get this down.
and that's not a bad thing. This is good, man. Seriously.
Seriously.
Try a little meatball.
I'm not just saying that.
Meatball's good too.
Here, I'm just gonna pick it up and bite.
And yeah, and if you're praising the sauce, what does that say about the noodles and meatball? Maybe those noodles aren't al dente. Maybe rinsing them in cold water was a bad call. Maybe it needed some butter. And maybe those meatballs are raw tasting. Even the beef tastes raw when it ain't cooked long enough as a meatball. Especially meatballs that big. You just brown them a little bit. They're still pink, she said, when you take them out, and then you put them in the sauce for 8 more minutes.
And that's not a bad thing.
These are tasting raw as fuck.
This is good, man.
Man, the sauce though.
Seriously.
Try a little meatball.
Meatball's good too.
Here, I'm just gonna pick it up and bite it.
I'll tell you what.
LOL.
Good job.
I like the Italian sausage mix.
No, I hate that. That's the biggest rule breaker of them all.
Yeah.
You put sausage in separately.
It's not.
Tyler, you could even put some pork in there. Or you can put some steak in there to slow cook as well. Any meat can slow cook in the sauce with your meatball.
I don't like that though. Can we just stick to beef? I don't want any sausage. I don't want any pork in there. Don't contaminate my meatballs.
Tyler, watch the small talk they have while they're eating it. They're just so desperate to talk about anything but this meal that they start talking about wanting to fuck Brandi's mother.
It's not too overpowering where you're like, okay, you're really trying hard to be Italian here. I mean, basically the show.
Yeah, you don't want to make them good? Is that what he just said?
It's not too overpowering where you're like, okay, you're really trying hard to be Italian here.
Wait, what would have been overpowering if that was the case?
I like the Italian sausage mix.
Yeah.
The Italian sausage is the least Italian part of the whole fucking thing, asshole.
Too,
You don't mix it with your beef.
Yeah.
it's not too overpowering where you're like, okay, you're really trying hard to be Italian here. I mean,
This fucking street black.
basically the show is just showing everybody I'm a fat ass. Like a secret fat ass.
Here's the thing though. You're not going to be a fat ass because I met your mom before and she's has the same.
My mom don't even work out.
Yeah, she's just naturally
She just was
fit
lucky
looking
in her life.
thin, good body. Good. Listen to me. So your mom's got a good body, eh?
Well, I was just
Must be good meatballs.
about to say huge boobs. Like
there you
real boobs.
But that's my thing. So you can always tell in a lot of times what a girl's genetics are by what her mom's genetics are.
Oh my God, my mom
So
is
you're gonna have to go out of
Oh, that's true. You should have seen Josephine, Tyler.
your way to be a fat ass.
She already loves you. So she's gonna be that much more in love with you after this. And she's gonna be like playing this for my dad, like, did you see what Chris Jericho said about
Brandi's mom is so. Brandi's mom got it going on. Have you had your mom on this show yet?
No, but that's
Better soon.
My mom
Did she get fired before it could happen, Gino? Don't tell me. I don't care.
can drink.
Oh, here we go. So my mom's a drunk, too. Not only do you want to fuck her instead of talk about my meatballs, but she's a big drunk, too, instead of talk about my meatballs. Look at this.
She likes to tell a story.
Listen to this story. I'm so mad about it still.
You know, after Dusty suddenly passed, all of us got together.
It's the only funny
family
part.
from everywhere. My parents came in, and this was the night after the memorial service.
Taka
So
Spliffinoka
we're all
has
just
grit and says I'm sending this to Black Twitter.
trying to figure out how to do and what to do, you know. And then it's like midnight, and everybody's trying to go to bed. My mom is outside on the back porch with Cody's sister's husband, who's like the most country from like the foothills of Texas, like very right-wing like guy.
Right.
They're passing a bottle of whiskey back and forth, just drinking out of it.
She's talking about this like it's an alien, like a creature. Some creature from outer space was with my mother. Look at this.
Just shooting the and I was just like, if that's not a picture of my mom, like that is, my mom loves everybody and she loves alcohol.
My mom loves everybody, even a conservative. And she's saying this to the Trump supporter. What was that story from the Street Black? My mom could get along with anyone, even Cody's sister's husband, who is a country bumpkin, who is right wing. Is she saying she could never get along with him, that she hates him?
Bottle of whiskey back and forth, just drinking out of it, just shooting the And I was just like, if that's not a picture of my mom, like that is, my mom loves everybody.
Look at this. My mom loves everybody, even a right-wing guy. Look at this.
My mom is outside on the back porch with Cody's sister's husband, who's like the most country from like the foothills of Texas, like very right-wing like guy.
Right.
A hick. My mom even likes this hick.
They're passing a bottle of whiskey back and forth,
And she's a drunk.
just drinking out of it, just shooting the.
And Jericho's, yeah, right wing.
And I was just like, that is,
What an asshole. What an evil guy.
if that's not a picture of my mom, like that is, my mom loves everybody and she loves alcohol. That's just her. All right, man.
Loves everybody, Spliff. This is fucking enraging. Tyler, this girl does a new podcast now. She's not on this show anymore. She got fired. She's not on this YouTube channel anymore. All Elite Wrestling doesn't have her. Now she's on Nightmare Factory, and she does her baby channel show. And remember, her big debut episode was over 2 weeks ago, Tyler. It was like about 18 days ago with Renee Young. And guess how many episodes she's had since?
I'm on the wild guess right here. I'm going to assume 0. There hasn't been any more episodes ever since she's done this thing.
She's had one, Tyler, 2 weeks after her debut, 45-minute debut. She finally put up episode 2, and it's 35 minutes. It's 10 minutes shorter. It came out 2 weeks later. This show's already
Welcome,
dead.
everybody, to Two Lies and One.
I haven't watched this. I don't plan on watching it, but let's just watch the intro, I guess. But this show's already on its way out. It's fucking shit. Hopefully she saw what I thought about it. This privileged girl trying to tell us how to parent. You can't help. Just like you can't make meatballs, you can't make a respectable human out of that baby. And you can't give us advice.
Welcome.
We don't have your strainer. We don't have your kitchen scissors. We're doing it as real people. Making things work, making ends meet. Something you wouldn't understand. That's all parenting's really about. That's all the advice would have to be. And she's got everything taken care of for her.
Welcome, everybody, to Two Lies and One Truth, the podcast on parenting. I'm your host.
Oh, God, she hates her own show. That's how I would say it if I was describing it to someone. It's a podcast on parenting.
Welcome, everybody, to Two Lies and One Truth, the podcast on parenting. I'm your host, Brandi Rhodes.
And you know that this show's on the way up because, look, a black dad on episode 2, no one can relate to this. No one has this. So now this is like outer space shit, like liking a right wing from Texas type of stuff like her mom would do. No one's going to click on it. Less than 4,000 views in a week. She's done for.
Oh, you want the grave kept secret that I never tell. I'm up in heaven, but I came from hell. I came